Hello and welcome to Stat Zone. Over the next 15 minutes, we'll catch you up on all the Olympic action of the day. So much going on at the Games in Tokyo. And if you just have a little bit of time and want to get caught up in a concise and precise manner, this is the show for you. I am Mihir Mankad, and let's get going on the journey. We're going to start off with our pugilist in action. In fact, in boxing, we had Lovlina Borgohain, who defeated her Chinese Taipei opponent by a score of 4-1. In fact, Lovlina had a decision of all the judges except one. This assures India of a second medal at the Games, because in boxing in the Olympics, if you make it to the semifinals, both the semifinalists will get a bronze medal. So Lovlina, congratulations. You have assured us of a medal by your 4-1 win. The next matchup, though, is going to be a particularly formidable one. In fact, she will play Busanez Surmineli of Turkey, who has promised her president that she will come back with a medal. Let's talk about another star woman athlete on display, this time with the shuttles. We had PV Sindhu representing the nation, but okay, before that we also had another pugilist, Simranjit Kaur, unfortunately not having the same fate, going down 0-5 against Sudapon Sisundi. In this case, this is the end of the road for Simranjit, but having represented the country is a good honor. Okay, from Simranjit, let's get to Sindhu. PV Sindhu, a lot of weight on her shoulders at these games. The last time she had won the singles and gotten to the finals and got the silver medal. This time, anything less will be a disappointment. So Sindhu gearing up today. Her world number 7 ranking didn't matter as she beat hometown favorite Akane Yamaguchi 21-13 and 22-20. In fact, she was down to game points in the second game, but Sindhu came back in her championship form, takes on Tai Tzu King in the semi-final in the next round. Okay, from badminton, where we have some medal hopes, this time we have medal hopes also in hockey. Perhaps even for the women, not just for the men. So the women's team today had a gutsy show where they defeated the Irish team by 1 goal. Rupa Rani's girls were up to the task and they fought hard and have notched up the first victory. Tomorrow they will have South Africa in a must-win event. The top 4 teams will qualify. From the women, let's talk about men's hockey, and there's no issue at all about the men's team qualifying. Not only have they qualified, they have assured the nation of a second place in their group. Today, they had a tough hometown opponent. They won 5-3. 5 different scorers today for India. Manpreet Singh's boys are feeling confident. The goalkeeper, Sri Jesh, is looking like one of the best in the world. And men's hockey, a lot expected from them. Okay, from hockey, a sport that has met expectations, high expectations of a number 4 ranked world team on the men's side, to another sport, and that is of archery. Deepika Kumari, world number 1 world champion, unfortunately not getting through to the place that she would have liked today. In the first matchup against Perova, she did win in a shootout. As you see, it went to the 5th game. It was 5-5, and she won by a hair there, 6-5. But then in the next round, her opponent from Korea was a formidable one. And this, unfortunately, wasn't close. 27-30, 24-26, 24-26. Deepika Kumari bowed out to San. But remember, San is quite an archer. She won the singles, she won the women's team event, and she won the mixed event. This is historic. Ansan becomes a 3-time gold medalist at this game. So Deepika Kumari lost to a worthy opponent, but unfortunately for Kumari, it wasn't the result that she would have wanted. Okay, now let's talk about another event that started off just today, track and field. We saw 4 Indian athletes or teams in action today. Let's start off with the spirited sprinter, Duti Chand, competing in the 100 meters category. We have a sprinter in the Olympics, folks. This hasn't happened in over 30 years. When Sumariwala was representing the nation, Duti Chand competed in the 100 meters, was clearly shorter than most of in fact, all the other athletes put in her effort, finished 7th in the heat with a time of 11.54. She hasn't qualified for the next round, but it was good to see a sprinter in action from India. Let's talk about another athlete. Let's talk about MP Jabir. Now, Jabir representing us in the 400 meters hurdles. In this case, an event that was glamorized first by Edwin Mosen, but there's been a lot of following for this event. Jabir competed, unfortunately not enough to qualify for the semifinals. 50.77 seconds is his time, but India was represented. From Jabir, probably the best track performance of the day goes to Avinash Mukunsable. He competed in the 3,000 meters steeplechase, and Avinash set a national record. This time had never been run by an Indian. He brought it out for the big stage, finished 7th out of 15 competitors in Heat 2. Unfortunately, that time not good enough. There was a Japanese runner who had 8 seconds on him. India still needs to go further in this event, but we need to get athletes like Avinash Mukunsable more competition domestically in this category. Well done, sir. Next up, also for the Indians, a team event, a first-time event at the Olympics, the 4x400 meters mixed relay. India sending 2 women and 2 men and finishing with a time of 3:19.93. Not enough to qualify for the next round, but it's a start for us. So 4 events for the Indian participants in track today. It was really nice to see. Let's move on from track to another sport that there were a lot of hopes for the Indian athletes, and that is shooting. Manu Bhaker, a world-class shooter, was representing the nation today in the 25-meter pistol category. In fact, it was a rapid-fire round. You can see her scores in the precision and rapid, but 292 and 290, not enough. In fact, Manu Bhaker finished with a total score of 582. That only kept her in 15th position. Disappointing for Bhaker. Now, Rani Sarnobat, another shooter there, Rani Sarnobat representing the nation, 287, 286, a score of 573. Represented the nation not enough and crashed out with 32nd place in the same event. Not that good news in shooting, but good news for Indian participation in the next event that we will show you, and that is equestrian today. In the equestrian event, for the first time, we had an Indian participant. So in fact, Faoud Mirza was taking his horse. In fact, there was an issue around which horse he would pick. He had a recent one, but decided to go with the horse that he had won the Asian silver medal previously in 2018 and was in the dressage round. Of course, there's going to be multiple rounds here. He's tied 7th with Luis Romique at this point. But it's just nice to see some representation here. Now, there was also some Indian participants in sailing. Now, this is again unprecedented. We've never had 4 participants in sailing. Netra Kumanan was taking part in the 1-person dinghy. In this case, not a showing that we need to write home about, but she did finish her sail and she's represented the country along with Netra Kumanan. We also had a couple of other sailors in pairs. So Ganpati Kelapandi and Varun Thakkar were also representing the nation in sailing. And again, no medal prospects there, but overall a good showing by the Indians. Okay, along with a lot of the Indian participation, what are some international highlights? So a lot going on from the world in this World Showcase event, and we have to tell you about an unprecedented feat that I had hinted about. Today, An San got her 3rd gold medal, something that Manu Bhaker would have liked. It didn't work out for her, but she beat Osipova today of Ukraine and actually of the Russian Olympic Committee, and this is the score there. But what this does is it brings her to the 3rd gold medal in the mixed team, in the women's team, and now at the individual event, in the recurve event. An San, congratulations on your 3 gold medals. She may go on to become the greatest of all time, but another GOAT, G-O-A-T, greatest of all time player who looked invincible In fact, in the quarterfinals, he won 6-2, 6-0. Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic won the first set 6-1. It looked like this was going to be a steamroll. But Alex Zverev, representing Germany, smooth forehands, winners, cross-court down the line, went on to take the next two sets, 6-3, 6-1. Djokovic had been broken just once in the competition. In this match, he got broken 4 times. The world number 1 bows out. This is a shock. And Zverev will take on Karen Khachanov of the Russian Olympic Committee in the final. Today in swimming, there was further news too. Duncan Scott of the Great Britain may become the first ever 4-time medalist. He picked up his 3rd medal at the Games today in the 200 meters individual medley, an event that involves all different strokes. This is a sport in which Americans, Chinese, Australians dominate. The British have something to be proud about. In addition, we also had more action. There was a first ever gold in BMX cycling that was awarded today. This is a brand new event, and in BMX cycling, it's those Dutch that came out on top. Congratulations to them. And in a matchup of titans today in table tennis, we had world number 1 Fan Zhendong of China taking on the world's greatest table tennis player, but number 2 this time, Ma Long. In a hotly contested match, it was Ma Long who defeated Achanta Sharat Kamal and who had picked up the gold medal last time, who came through in 6 hard-fought games. This time, on the men and women's side, gold, silver goes to the Chinese. A fabulous performance from the Chinese athletes in the sport. Now, let's talk a little bit about tomorrow's action with the perspective of Indian participants. In archery, we're going to see some action, and there's going to be pressure on Mr. Atanu Das. He had defeated one of the world's best archers in the last round. Now he takes on Furukawa of Japan. Additionally, in athletics, we will also see some more action tomorrow, and there's going to be a couple of discus throwers that are going to be featured in there, including a veteran and someone who is much heralded. So you'll be watching out for some of our discus throwers. And then also we're going to see Suma Punya. Age is not on her side, but determination surely is. She will be one of the discus throwers in the qualification event. And we're also going to see for tomorrow itself another athlete, and there she is, Kamalpreet Kaur. Now 32 ranked in the world, don't let that fool you. Kamalpreet can throw, and she can throw far. Not a medal contender, but she will be representing. And we also have in the long jump a representative, Murli Srishankar, who will be representing India in the long jump event in athletics. Now in boxing, we also have a world number 1 who is going to be featured. A lot of hopes for Mr. Amit Pangal. Mr. Pangal will be taking on an opponent that he is fancied to win. But again, when you're number 1 in the world, there is a lot of pressure on you. So some boxing matches. Amit Pangal takes on Martinez of Colombia in the flyweight category, 48 to 52 kgs. We also have a woman pugilist representing the nation tomorrow, and that'll come up right on your screen. So this is a pugilist who's not fancy to go all the way, Pooja Rani, but against Lee Chan. Hopes are high that she can win a couple of rounds. This is going to be in the women's middleweight category. Remember, 8 out of 9 boxers representing India are in the top 10. In hockey, we will continue to see some action. South Africa versus India. This is a critical game for the Indian women's hockey team, representing just 2nd time in a row after a huge gap. Let's see if they qualify for the next round. We will also have some more golf action tomorrow. Anirban Lahiri, 8th in the entire field, will be in action, assuming that the weather cooperates. But in shooting, you will see Tejaswini Sawant and Anjum Mudgil representing the nation in the 50-meter rifle 3 positions qualification rounds. In addition, we will also see some sailing action that will continue. And in general, the hopes are that the Indian challenge continues. Now, where does India rank in the entire medal scenario? Okay, so there's been a pipping today. Japan has been leading the field. This is unprecedented for the nation of Japan, being the host. Look at their efficiency, 17 gold medals, but today those table tennis medals that came in for China pipped them over at 18 gold medals. 10 more overall medals, but just 1 gold medal separating China and Japan. The United States has got to be disappointed because they have more silvers than they have gold, including in gymnastics, highly favored, but Simone Biles not being able to compete. 41 for them overall, ROC with 34. India is now in 51st position, but that will change because we will surely get 1 medal and possibly some more. This has been the highlights. Stats Zone will come to you each day. Stay with us for these, and I hope you continue to enjoy this festival of sport. Good night.